Hello everyone. I, Ms. Bhavna Danesh Munod, welcome you all in Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Good day, dear students. Last period, we started about insurance and the term related to insurance. So, the terms related to insurance also we have shown, that is premium, policy, claim, proposal, and subject matter. Now, we come to our next point, children, in this chapter, that is principles of insurance. So, first point we will see in this principles of utmost good faith. Now, insurance, we all know it is a claim between insurer and insured. So, they have told the first point, the first principle regarding insurance is what? Principles of utmost good faith. Faith should be there between whom? Insurer and insured. So, in all types of insurance contracts, both the parties should have utmost faith, children, trust, good faith on each other. So, the insurer and the insured must disclose all material facts clearly, completely, and correctly. See, whenever we go to remove a policy, for example, LIC policy, children, that time you have to tell the company whatever problems are arising clearly regarding framing the policy, so that can company compensate in the policy regarding money. But the things should be clear. You should not hide anything from the company when you make an LIC policy. So, the insurer and insured must disclose all material facts clearly, completely, and correctly, children. The insured must provide complete, clear, and correct information of the subject matter of insurance to the insurer. Similarly, the insurer must provide relevant information regarding terms and conditions of the contract. Failure to provide complete, correct, and clear information may lead to non-settlement of claim, children. See, if we do not provide proper information, then we cannot get claim, they have told. So, for example, they have told Mr. Shantanu has not provided information regarding his heart surgery at the time of taking policy. So, after his death, insurance company comes to know about this fact. As Mr. Santanu has not provided proper information, complete information while removing LIC policy, children, the company refuses to give compensation to his family members. See, this thing happens. So, whenever you remove an LIC policy, say life insurance for example, that time your whole body checkup is done. So, whatever it is there with their whole body checkup, whatever diseases you have, it will be known by the company, and according to that they will frame the policy. But if you hide from them anything and immediately you die after 1 month, say 2 months, then the company doesn't claim the money, children. Whatever things are there, you should clear and then sign an agreement. So, they have given an example of Mr. Shantanu that he didn't provide correct information at the time of taking policy, children, and so the insurance company refused to give compensation to his family members. Then they have come to second principle, that is principle of insurable interest. Now, what it tells, that insurable interest means some financial interest in the subject matter. So, the insured must have insurable interest in the subject matter of insurance. Insurable interest is applicable to all insurance contracts. It is said to have insurable interest in subject matter when the existence of that subject matter puts the insured in financial benefit, whereas non-existence of subject matter put him into financial loss. See, I will repeat this again, what they are telling about principle of insurable interest. Now, insurable interest is what? Having financial interest in subject matter. So, insurable interest is applicable to all insurance contract, children. To all, those who are signing or those who are having insurance contracts, subject matter is very important for what you are removing the policy. What is your subject matter regarding? So, you have to put your topic, whether you want a life insurance policy, whether you want a fire insurance policy, whether you want a marine insurance policy. So which, or whether you want an education policy, what subject that matters is more important in insurable interest. Non-existence of subject matter will put him into financial loss. See, if you don't mention any subject for which reason you want that policy, then you will be completely in loss, children. Whenever you remove a policy, see that subject matter should be mentioned for which policy you are removing, whether you are removing fire insurance, education, etc. So an example is given over here in your textbook. See, we'll study one by one. That a person has insurable interest in his own life and property. So what subject matter? Whether his insurable interest is there or he has his own life and property. Second, a businessman has insurable interest in the goods he deals and in the property of business. Now they have given an example what the subject matter will be related to. So say for individual person, for his life or property, say he will remove insurance, that is LIC or property, say. Then for business person, for goods and services, he will remove insurance policy or property of business, say. So in life insurance they have told the insurable interest refers to the life insured. So insurable interest must exist at the time of taking a life insurance policy. So in fire and marine insurance, the insurable interest must be present at the time of taking policy and at the time of occurrence of loss. So whatever insurable interest will be there, it may be present at the time. So whatever insurable interest must be there, children, it will be present at the time of taking policy and at the time of occurrence of losses. So second principle is subject matter should be there in insurance policy. Now the third one, children, is principle of indemnity. Now what is the meaning of indemnity? Means a guarantee or assurance to put the insured in same financial position in which he was immediately prior to the happening of the uncertain event. Principle of indemnity means what? You will guarantee whatever finance has been there. It will be insured, means the company will give the surety regarding whatever loss has occurred suddenly. You have removed a policy, but the loss occurred suddenly, so that company will pay back you the money. That is indemnity, giving guarantee. Who will give? The insured. That is, the company will give guarantee. So this principle is applicable to fire, marine and general insurance, children. It is not applicable to life insurance, as loss of life can never be measured in monetary terms. See, for life insurance, this policy, that is principle of indemnity, cannot be assured. See, whatever claims are there, say suppose I have removed an policy, life insurance policy, children. But the thing happened, I removed my policy for 10 years. I promised the company that I will pay every year, say 20,000 rupees. Every year the company will get from me. But suddenly, accidentally, I died 3 years. So how the company will pay back, means how the company will get whatever claim I have done. Say suppose 50 lakh rupees I have removed the policy. So what will happen if the third year death has been there suddenly? Because no one can accept that, no one can say whenever we will die. No one can assume that. So that time then the company, whatever policy terms, conditions are signed, has to pay to the insurer. So this is indemnity, guarantee of paying the money by the insurer. Because life insurance policy, we cannot give the guarantee of life. For fire, we can give fire policy. For marine insurance, we can give the guarantee, but not for life. So it is not applicable to life insurance, as loss of life can never be measured in monetary terms. So in case of death of the insured, the actual sum assured is paid to the nominee. So here for life insurance policy, children, to the nominee, whoever you make a nominee, say a child is there, she will make her parents, or wife is there, she will make of husband, a husband is there, they will make a nominee of wife. So after the death of husband or wife, the money will go to their spouse, children. So this kind of policy is assured in principle of indemnity. Under this principle, the insurer agrees to compensate the insured for the actual loss suffered. The amount of actual compensation is limited to the amount assured or loss, whichever is less. And for example, if property is insured children for rupees 2 lakhs, and if the loss by fire is rupees 1 lakh, then the insured can claim compensation of rupees 1 lakh only. See, for example, what they have told. If whatever property insurance is of 2 lakhs, and if the loss of fire is rupees 1 lakh children, then the insurer can claim compensation of rupees 1 lakh only. Means whatever amount, say you have termed, so you removed policy of 2 lakh rupees they have told, but your loss is only of rupees 1 lakh. So you claim that much only amount to the company, not more than that. So the insured should claim compensation of rupees 1 lakh only. This is called as principle of indemnity. Now come to the fourth principle of insurance children, that is principle of subrogation. Now what is this meaning of subrogation? See, we will see. This principle is applicable to all contracts of indemnity. As per this principle, after the insured is compensated for the loss due to the damage of the property insured, then the right of ownership of such property passes on to the insurer. So this principle is applicable only when the damaged property has any value after the event causing the damage. Means this principle of subrogation is applicable to all contracts of indemnity children. Indemnity we know, guarantee giving regarding payment. So who is giving? The company will give guarantee. Only for life insurance policy guarantee is not given. So this principle of subrogation is also coming under the contracts of indemnity. Now in simple way, example they have given in your textbook children. They have told that Mr. A owns a two-wheeler. The vehicle was stolen and subsequently Mr. A filed a complaint in local police station. Upon receiving report from police, the insurance company compensated fully Mr. A for the loss of the vehicle. So later on, the stolen vehicle was recovered by police. In this situation, the owner of the vehicle does not have any claim over the vehicle as he has already subrogated. See what they have told. Mr. A had a two-wheeler, then he filed a complaint in local police station as his vehicle was stolen. So receiving report from the police, the insurance company compensated fully Mr. A. Means the company gave the amount for the loss of the vehicle. So the stolen vehicle was recovered by the police, but under this situation, if the company has given, the insurance company has given money to the Mr. A person, then the owner of the vehicle will not be Mr. A. He cannot claim that his vehicle is that particular thing, that is subrogated. Means he cannot have his ownership on that vehicle when he accepts claim from the company, compensation regarding stolen vehicle. So that is transferred of ownership rights of the vehicle to the insurer. So the vehicle will go towards whom? To the company. So the insurer gets right to sell or to scrap or to sell the vehicle. See now, what is this policy? Simple way, principle of subrogation means what? Now simple example they have given children, that Mr. A, suppose I had an vehicle, okay? So my vehicle got stolen. So I complained to police children regarding my vehicle. Then the thing is, the company, whatever claim I had done, say whatever I had taken a new bike and say policy I made on that bike, say 50,000. So the company will come when they know that the bike is stolen. I also inform company, the insurer. So what they will give me money as my vehicle has been lost. So the insurance company will give me what? Compensatory money, whatever has been decided. I take that money, then afterwards police found my bike children. But then after they found the bike, the company will take the insurance company will take my bike, either they will sold, either they will scrap it or they will use it. But my ownership of that bike will not be there. Why? Because I took money from that insurance company. So that is called as principle of subrogation. Then the next one is children, principle of, the next policy children will come to know, that is principle of contribution. Now what this is telling, that this principle is applicable to all contracts of indemnity where the insured has taken out more than one policy for the same risk or subject matter. So under this principle, the insured can claim the compensation only to the extent of HL loss either from one insurer or all the insurers. If the one insurer pays full compensation, then that insurer can claim proportionate amount from other insurers from whom insured has taken policy. So, see, simple way principle of contribution I will explain you. For example, in your textbook they have given Miss Siley insures a property of rupees 2,50,000 with two insurers. Two insurers means what? Two companies, insurance policy companies. So one company was with T insurance company for rupees 1 lakh and 2/5 of the property value was there, and R insurance company for 1,50,000 children. 3/5 of property value was under R company. So if Mrs. Siley property is destroyed and the loss is worth rupees 1,20,000 children, then both insurance company will contribute towards actual, that is rupees 1,20,000. Thus, company T will pay rupees 48,000, 2/5 of the loss, and company R will pay rupees 72,000, 3/5 of the loss. See children, principle of contribution. Now what has happened? Simple example, they have told that Miss Siley was having a property. So with two companies that they have told, insurer means what? Company. With two companies she made an insurance claim, that is 2,50,000 she kept with T insurance company. 2/5 of the property was kept, and for that she removed the policy of rupees 1 lakh. Then for the next, that is 1,50,000 children, 3/5 of the property value was there with our insurance company, means two insurance companies are there. So when Siley's property was destroyed, say, so Siley contributed from both the companies, the loss, whatever the loss was there, she gained from both the companies. So how much margin both the companies gave insurance company? That is T insurance company paid Siley rupees 48,000 for 2/5 of the loss, and R company paid children rupees 72,000. So this was related to what? Principle of contribution, means depends upon how much policy the particular person has made and what compensation she agreed. So we studied about principle of subrogation, principle of contribution. Now we come to our next principle children, that is principle of mitigation of loss. Now what this is mitigation of loss, we will see. Principle of mitigation of loss. Now insured must always try to minimize the loss of the property. In case of certain events or uncertain events, the insured must take all possible measures and necessary steps to control and reduce losses. Hence, it is the responsibility of the insured to protect the property and avoid loss. For example, they have given a house of Mr. Jayant is on fire due to electric short circuit. Then in this case, Mr. Jayant cannot remain passive and must try his best to save his house from fire. Mr. Jayant must be active and cannot watch his house burn just because house is insured. See, principle of mitigation of loss is telling everything. What they are telling? That people are very much relaxed. No, my bike, let it be parked anyway. Suppose simple example I will tell you. Children, people are much relaxed. They park their bike anyway. Why they think? Because that bike has been insured. But they have told it is not necessary whatever has been decided, the company can pay you like that only. Compensation, it will be decided on terms and conditions. So they have told, suppose in case they have given an example, if our house has been on fire, we must not be relaxed that let it be, let the house be burning on fire. The insurance policy will come and give us money. No. They told, think passive and be active and stop your house from burning. That is more important when you claim an insurance policy. That is principle of mitigation of loss. Then the seventh principle, children, is principle of causa proximia. Now what is this causa proximia? So they have told causa proximia means when a loss is caused by more than one causes. Means loss has been there by the particular person who has done insurance policy, but it is not only one reason. There are many more reasons for this loss. That is called as causa proximia. So then proximate cause of loss should be taken into consideration to decide the liability of the insurer. The property is insured against some causes and not against all causes. In such a case, the proximate cause of loss is to be found. If the proximate cause is the one which is insured against, the insurance company is bound to pay compensation and vice versa. So see, for example, they have given what is the meaning of causa proximia, children. A house was insured against the risk of theft. There was a theft in the house, and before leaving the house was set on fire by thieves. Now there are two causes of loss, theft and fire, children. But you have made only fire insurance policy, that is the nearest cost of loss was fire. So as the house was insured against theft and not by fire, then the insured will give only compensation of fire. Whatever the insured is there will not get any compensation from insurance company for loss by fire, but he will get the compensation for the property lost by theft. Now very simple way they have explained, children, for principle of causa proximia, that what they have told, simple example, that suppose I had a house of mine, children, and what has happened, I made a policy regarding, say, robbery. Insurance policy I made regarding theft. Robbery means theft over here. I didn't have insurance policy of fire for my house. Then coincidentally what has happened, thieves have come to my home, they had stolen the things, also they set my house on fire. The example has told like that. So the company, that is insurance company, whatever claim we have made, now we have made claim of theft, so that only money they will give us, they will not give us money regarding the house on fire. So whenever you do the claim, whenever you have an insurance policy, see that you do properly with subject matter, children. So these things now not happen. At least if we had done both, that is fire policy also we have removed, theft insurance policy we have removed, then company would have given us both the losses. They have covered up both the losses. But in causa proximia principle, they told if we do only one policy, that only claim we will get from the company. So this all we saw in this period, children. Next period we'll see other point. Till then, bye.